Are we texting? Do you have a secret friend?
No, it's my family. They keep texting each other.
Well, that's just
So put
a problem.
the phone in my back pocket.
I don't know why people would ever want to text. That's just
So
weird,
I have a
man.
massive problem.
Don't we all? Don't we all?
I've got a massive problem on Saturday.
Yes, because you have conflicting things.
Indeed. And we just won a raffle to upgrade our tickets.
No,
Yes.
no.
Yes.
Oh, damn.
Oh no.
Uh,
So I'm really in a tough spot now. Damn it.
that button. There we go.
I don't have a lot of topics tonight, unfortunately.
Oops, wrong button.
And now he's back.
Yeah, I clicked the wrong button. Ooh, what if I do this? All right, you know what? I'm gonna be here. We go.
What in the hell? Oh, that looks. What the
Oh,
hell?
I'm gonna sit by a fireplace. Let's go.
Man, it really has a hard time blending your chair.
It's interesting, yeah, because Zoom has zero issue with the chair. But whatever.
Oops.
What's the good word tonight? We ready to do things, talk about stuff, let people know what the word is, so that they're super confused at
2,
all
3,
times.
4, 5, 6, 7, potentially 8 topics.
That's we topics, sir.
We'll see. All right. 8 o'clock. I really wish I'd switched out that camera, but I'll fix it next time.
Get a new camera.
Well, so when I had to redo everything, I unplugged everything from the computer, and I put all of my webcams in the same spot. And I don't remember which webcam I was using last that was the one that worked well, and this one is not the one that works well.
Interesting.
It stutters. It doesn't do well with fast movement.
Well, that's just silly.
Yeah.
I guess you just can never move ever again. You must be a statue.
I must stay completely still and hide my mouth behind the mic so it doesn't blur that.
I think you're onto something.
That's painful. Okay, here we go.
What could go wrong?
So many things. So many things. All right. Let's mute Zealeus and we'll start the show. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Dishealthy Confusion Thursday night hangout.
Wait, hold on. I'm waiting for the thing to turn back around, but I think I'm actually in a good Zoom tonight. Come on.
You are in a very good Zoom right now.
You go. Oh, there you go. Yes, I do approve.
Do not move at all. Don't save all your settings. Let's set it. Let's do it. And now, of course, Zealeus is trying to. Okay, you can move, Zealeus, you jerk.
I was worried. I was like stuck forever.
I was like, he's doing the frozen camera move. Okay, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I, of course, am your host, Charlie, and I'm joined once again by the prolific comer himself, Zealeus.
Good, sir.
This is the Thursday Night Hangouts, our live show where we try our best to cover the topics most important to you during the show. At any point during the show, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, criticisms, opinions that you would like to share with the class, by all means, drop it in the chat on Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube, and we will add it to the show. If we do, unfortunately, run out of time, we'll add it to the very next show. Now, before we go any further, I do want to put a quick disclaimer, a PSA. There we go. A quick PSA out there, and that is that next Thursday the show will be just slightly later than usual, and it's because I have a basketball game that I'll be sprinting home from.
That's assuming I can still make it. I don't know.
I believe in you, Zealeus. I do.
And I would believe in you if you showed up on time.
I'm going to try my best to show up as close to 8:30 as possible. All right, so let's get into the show, shall we? All right.
Aren't we already in the show?
Oh, we are in the show, but let's get to the first topic. How about
you
that?
know what you're missing?
What's that?
A swarm hat.
I do have a swarm hat. I've actually got 3 swarm hats.
I mean, given the shirt you're wearing, you really should be contributing to the full Atlanta sports effort right now. I'm just
okay.
saying.
Hold on 1 sec, Zealeus. 1 sec.
All right, guy, come on. All right. So for those who wonder what I'm talking about, so he has the Atlanta Hawks shirt on because the Atlanta Hawks are in the playoffs. They're tied 1-1 with the New York Knicks.
Oh, dang
and
it.
Then
now the camera's, there we go.
And then the hat is because the Atlanta lacrosse team, the Swarm, they are in the playoffs, and the Swarm play tomorrow. I don't know the time, but I know they're playing tomorrow.
Saturday at 7:30.
There you go.
The Buffalo Bandits.
The Buffalo Bandits, man. Who lets the Bandits come into town? You're going to have to watch your lacrosse sticks.
Indeed. Anyways, the first topic this evening revolves around an MMO that's been there forever. And that, of course, is World of Warcraft. Now, for those of you not in the U.S., there are a couple regions in the world that apparently are going to see an increase in price for your monthly subscription. Yes, World of Warcraft still has a monthly subscription.
Oh
no. Basically, it looks like at least in the following countries, you're going to see an increase in pricing, and that is the UK, United Kingdom, England, Kazakhstan, Georgia, and Turkey.
That's quite the interesting array of choices.
Yes.
I mean, inflation's hitting us all. Blizzard's got to pay for those WoW servers somehow, I guess.
Yes, and of course, for those who are living underneath a rock because of certain actions that are occurring in the world, mainly around the Iranian area of the world, there not only is gas prices going sky high, but also certain data centers are now going offline because they might not be there. But anyways, the price increase. So I'll just give you the British pound difference because I don't know how to pronounce Kazakhstan's currency. So I'm just going to skip that one. But basically, it looks like with World of Warcraft, you have several different subscription plans. You have your 1 month, your 3 month, your 6 month, and your 12 month. And of course, if you buy the bigger one, you get to save money.
Of course.
So basically, instead of $9.99 pounds, which was the previous price, it's now $10.99. So it's a single pound increase. If you're doing the 12, well, I guess because you're times it by 12. But the 12-month one, the previous was $104.28, and the new one is going to be $111.58. So you're talking 7 pounds and whatever their 30, whatever their equivalent of cents are.
And in the United States, it costs $12.99 a month.
Yes.
Which, interestingly, it's the same price for 6 month versus 12 month. You don't get an additional discount if you do 6 versus 12.
Well, there you go. Yeah. But anyways, so if you're in those areas, there's going to be an increase in price.
I mean, WoW's also been, it is kind of felt the lack of inflation when it comes to video games, because like WoW and Final Fantasy, for that matter, subscriptions, like their price has been the same for the last 15, 20 years, depending on which game you're playing.
Yes.
And we've talked a couple times, we're like, I mean, I know there's some outliers, but for the most part, AAA games even are still $60 a pop. I know a few are trying for 70. But like for the most part, it's kind of fascinating to me that like video game costs in general haven't gone up at all with inflation.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the one exception could be microtransactions potentially. Maybe that's, from a financial perspective, that's kind of filling what would have been the inflation, because every online game has them now.
Yes. Speaking of money increases in pricing, one of the main reasons why a lot of the foreign to the United States companies have increased their price because they're getting charged a tariff to sell their products within these wonderful borders. And of course, Nintendo won their lawsuit. But I mean, I guess I should have seen this coming. But now there is a group of gamers that are now suing Nintendo since Nintendo basically got the money back that they had to pay for the tariff thing. Now gamers want the extra money they had to pay for the games that were caused by the tariff.
Yeah, I mean, the cost was passed out to the consumer, so literally, it's the companies actually made a profit off the tariffs.
Yes,
because they're pocketing the refund.
Yep.
Yeah, which is great. I like how our, poo-poo in chief was, I remember the companies who demand the tariff refunds, and of all the companies, Nintendo's like, yeah, we don't care, give us the money back.
Yep.
Like, another one who's not gonna bow down, well, they'll bow down to Japan, because, Nintendo, but
Yes.
as far as American politics, yeah, whatever.
Now, speaking of Japan,
there
is a new game that has come out of the Capcom studio, and that game has been very, very well received. The game is called Pragmata. It is a sci-fi game. I am trying to sneak over to Steam so I can actually give you the blurb so I don't screw it up. But basically, Pragmata is a unique sci-fi action-adventure game from Capcom. Follow Hugh, a member of an ill-fated investigation team, and Diana, a young android, as they navigate a lunar facility taken over by rogue AI in search of a way to Earth.
The game, on 15,000 reviews, has a 96% positive review.
Yes.
That's pretty crazy.
It is. Now, here's the thing. There's a little bit of controversy surrounding this game all of a sudden.
Oh, dear.
And that is that there are people now coming out and saying that this is propaganda, that this game is propaganda. It is making individuals get emotional over having children.
Come again?
You heard right. It is making people emotional into and I guess guilting or making them desire to have children.
I mean, if a video game does that and it teaches you in that deep of a emotional level, I would argue they did a good job.
Yes. Now, here's the interesting thing. The conspiracy theorists out there probably are not completely off base. Capcom is a Japanese company, and Japan, the country of Japan, is actually seeing their birth rates completely plummet.
Yeah.
And so there might be kind of this push to maybe get the Japanese population interested in having families again, to help bolster their population.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a thing in all countries right now. I know Japan is hit harder than, I don't know if hit's the right word. They have a worse situation than the rest of us in terms of the, what is going to be a population collapse. But the United States ain't doing too hot in that category either. You got people like me who prefer furry kids over non-furry kids, which I suppose could be interpreted in many ways depending on what kind of fandoms you're into, but still.
Right. So let's see here. The total fertility rate, that's average children per woman, in the country of Japan is 1.15.
That's very low.
Yes. In comparison, just for shits and giggles, the U.S., it is 2.1.
So it's just a little bit higher.
Yes. Yes. But I mean, it's very interesting that a game can do that. But hey, at the same time, when games are done well and they have this amazing thing called a story,
yeah,
they can blow people's minds and maybe even influence individuals. I mean, hell, I know that the story wasn't all that good, but
yeah,
like horror games out there, they could definitely influence an individual. I will always go back to the first game of the first Condemned. Condemned, I really don't remember anything about the game except that it scared me enough that in my 1-bedroom, 1-bath apartment, after playing that game, which of course I played at night, I would turn on all the lights in my apartment as I'm walking through a very, very small apartment, because I was afraid some diseased, crazed wacko with like a block of concrete on the end of a rebar, a bar of rebar, was going to bash through my walls and try to take me out.
Yeah. I mean, I always think of, Final Fantasy 14 leading up to Endwalker, where it's basically a culmination of 5 expansions and over 10 years of video games to kind of get to the end. And there's definitely scenes that, like, years later still resonate with the player base.
Yeah.
And, or look at the Mass Effect series where, depending on what you think of the gameplay, one way or the other, but I think for most people, it's still the story and your party and all that stuff that stands out more than the actual gameplay itself.
Right.
You still needed the gameplay to, get people into it, but it's really that story that kind of almost like moves the game from just being, a good game people enjoyed to being legendary.
Yes.
When you have something that resonates.
Speaking of a game that still haunts me to this day, Heavy Rain.
Yes.
That story and the decisions that having to make decisions that no matter if the character ended up dying or not, the story continued, was just so emotionally draining, and it still haunts me that I had all of them until the very end and I lost all but 2 to close out the game.
Or you just don't even make the decision. You just suck at, QTEs and miss it and everyone dies.
And ladies and gentlemen, just for those out there who don't know what a QTE is, that's a quick time event, which usually is kind of like a cinematic that flashes buttons on the screen, controller buttons on the screen, or keys on the keyboard that you have to hit not
which I'm terrible about because I can never remember like I can learn keys just by pressing them over and over for like what's the hit, what's the jump. But as far as actually knowing like where the actual X, square, triangle, circle, like off the top of my head, I don't know.
When you're put in that pressure cooker situation of you have to hit the triangle or the X or the Y or the B at the exact time. I can't tell you how many times all of a sudden I don't remember where any of the keys are, and I have to like quickly look at the controller. That I've been playing video games for how long, and with the 4-button setup for how long, and yet I still question, or for the love of God, when there's a QuickTime event that tells you to hit the left shoulder versus right shoulder, all of a sudden I can't remember which one's left and which one's right.
Mine is right trigger versus right button. My brain just can't. Like, if I sit there and think about it, and look at the controller, I'll be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But like off the top of my head, like my brain just, they're both right. And so differentiating between a right trigger and right button, my brain just doesn't compute it correctly. I just have to try one and see if it's correct.
So, real quick, I was playing Donkey Kong Bonanza today. Yes, I'm still playing that game. And I just played for like a second, and then I was like, you know what? I actually want to play Outer World 2. Oh. So I jumped on my PC, and I'm like, I'm trying to do 2 things at once, and I was in the vendor screen, and in my mind, this is the problem between using my controller on the PC and the controller on the Switch, is that the A and B are reverse. Yep. And so instead of basically canceling out, I bought the most expensive thing in the vendor thing, and I can't sell it back. So all of my credits are gone. All the credits I've been saving for a piece of armor that has the same armor value as what I was already wearing.
That's the worst. Yes.
Anyways. Yeah, fun times. All right. The next story has to do with a movie that's been rumored to be in the makes for quite a while. A very, very popular game for many people. I found it so infuriating that I quit. Elden Ring. It's getting a live action movie adaptation. It's official, and they it's A24 and Bandai Namco. A24 is the movie studio. Bandai Namco, of course, is the publisher for Elden Ring. They have come out and said that the Elden Ring movie will come to theaters on March the 3rd, 2028.
Yep.
And sure. They've also listed an entire cast list. Many names look familiar to me, but I'll have to actually Google.
Yeah.
I'll actually probably have to pull up like the character versus the actor to try to figure it out. But then again, I didn't actually get all that far in Elden Ring because I could never beat the first boss. And I played 32 hours of that just gut-wrenching, horrifying experience.
Yeah,
I got further.
I know it's an action game. That's about it. I really don't know anything about it. I know it's an action game. That's about it.
It's like what do you call it?
It's a Souls-like.
Yeah, it's like Dark Souls on steroids.
Yeah. So we'll see. I guess people are gonna, kick ass, take names potentially.
Yes.
Yeah. Hopefully, some kick ass fight scenes because it's a fighting game. I like action combat fighting type of game. So hopefully, some sick effects.
They've got. I mean, they've.
That's kind of the whole point, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there has to be.
Who knows? They'll probably shoehorn the American military into there somehow, anyways, just
Like,
because.
it has nothing to do. There's true.
Turns out that it's actually now a time travel universe.
Oh, Christ.
And people can jump through the Elden Ring portal to actually get to this land to fight orcs.
For America.
So, yeah. When it comes to adaptations, I'll believe them when I see them if they're any good. Like,
Yes.
I still have not seen the Borderlands movie.
That's probably for the best, from my understanding. I've
Hey.
never seen the Dragon Ball Z movie. Yes, I am admitting that it exists just for this second, and I'm never going to. I know there's a Borderlands movie, but I don't plan on ever watching
When it
it.
comes to either Netflix or Amazon Prime, and not like Prime Video, but actual like included Prime, I will watch it.
Mhm.
Because if it doesn't cost extra, I'm fine watching it.
You know what movie I want to watch, and I think I can actually watch it now.
Oh,
Let me see if I can get this right. It's
the
called
book.
Dust Bunny.
Oh, that's not where I thought you're going.
It's an 8-year-old girl asks her scheming neighbor for help in killing the monster under her bed that she thinks ate her family.
Is this a comedy or horror movie?
I'm going to go with monster. Well, it says monster horror.
Okay, it definitely could have gone either way.
The scheming neighbor is played by oh my god, I'm going to mispronounce his name. Mads Mikkelsen.
Yep, he's a great actor.
Yeah. Sigourney Weaver's in it.
Okay, interesting. I am sufficiently intrigued by just Mads.
I saw the trailer. I'm like, oh, this could be really twisted, right up my alley.
What's
but
it called?
Unfortunately, I can't force my children to watch it. It is rated R.
What's it called?
Dust Bunny.
All right, I'll have to add it to the list.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's as good. I did finally see last weekend Project Hail Mary.
I heard was phenomenal.
It was phenomenal. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I've found my Dragon Con cosplay out of the movie.
Are you going to do the rock thing?
That's my goal. I don't know how because it's going to be fucking complicated.
Yeah.
So I'm actually having to like start now to figure it out because yeah. That's my goal. We'll see if it actually happens is another thing. Yeah, but no, it's a good movie. Definitely highly recommend it. Can't go wrong.
The Dr. Ryan, the chiropractor, which I forgot to ask him about his website. Damn it. He said he just saw it and it's in his top 10 of all time.
I have to really think about it because like the 3 Lord of the Rings are already in my top 10. Like those are 3 of the top 10 slots for me. So that alone makes it difficult. I don't know. I have to really look at a list and see.
I got you.
Yeah. It was a good movie, but for me at least, it's not something that immediately jumps as being a top 10. I would personally put like from a space movie, Interstellar in over it. I mean, that's not a slam against Project Hail Mary. I just find Interstellar to be phenomenal. So, have you seen The Martian?
No.
Okay. I mean, it's the same author. That's what I was asking.
Right.
Same.
No, I've heard that I should definitely read Project Hail Mary.
I've heard it's a really good read too. It's everything. Everyone's been like, it's a great read, or audiobook. Either way, I've heard is really good. Somewhere, at least somewhere on the list.
There you go. All right. Now, the next topic, speaking of lists, this is not a good one. And that is that the company Meta is in the process of laying off 8,000 employees thanks to AI. Instagram and there's also 6,000 job openings that they are going to be shuttering because they no longer want to fill those roles. So,
and it's so they can be more efficient.
Sure. By the way, 8,000 employees is 10% of their entire staff.
Yeah, it's because they make so much fucking money over advertising.
Yep.
As it is. So it's like, it's kind of crazy when, these companies are making billions of dollars, literally.
Yep.
And yet it's like, oh no, we must cut more jobs. According to, the internet, which is obviously infallible, their 2025 net income is $60 billion.
Just a couple dollars.
Yeah, so it's sad to me when a company can obviously afford, to pay the 10,000 people or 8,000 people.
Yep.
And yet it really comes down to the shareholder value must come up. And what's the easiest way to supposedly increase shareholder value?
Layoffs.
Exactly. So I'm sure the stock price went up based off of this.
Sure.
Actually did it. Let's see if the stock price went up. Actually, surprisingly, it didn't really go up today. It's kind of surprising.
Give us some
But
time.
still, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it just, billions of profits isn't enough. It must be, the trillions of profits, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah. We're all just screwed.
Yep.
But yeah, it does. Of course, the compounding issue is because all these companies are laying off workers and they're not hiring. In the case of Instagram now, it's like not only do you have the layoffs, nobody's hiring to compensate for those layoffs.
Yep.
So it's just a complete level of fuckery for everyone involved.
Yep. So the moral of the story is no matter how bad your job sucks, at least you got one.
My job is drinking beer and being a cat dad.
I wish it was that simple.
Wait, it's not?
No.
You mean squatting here for like the last 10 years isn't what I'm supposed to do?
Nope.
Ah, damn it.
Unfortunately, no.
Well,
All right, ladies
I
and
got the
gentlemen.
wrong life lessons.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to pause real quick to thank the individuals who help Alter Confusion be the Alter Confusion that you love and adore. That, of course, is the friends of the show. So without further ado, let's jump into it. The first one is the Indie Cluster is an organization of independent game developers that want to gain exposure by being involved in the community. They collectively journey to popular conferences as a traveling booth to help gain attention for their games. They make partnerships in local communities to bring games to mainstream mindset. They highlight local, unusual, and rare concepts to challenge the paradigm of the common. They also host events to teach kids and minority groups about game development to hopefully one day enter the industry themselves. For more information, go to indiecluster.com. The next shout out we're going to give is to the AV master himself, and that, of course, is Noodle Boy Media. Founded in 2015 by Andrew Tran, Noodle Boy Media, previously Wet Kid 47 Media, is your choice for professional photo shoots and panel recordings at conventions. They pride themselves in providing a high level of professionalism, top-notch experiences, and quality services. If you want more information and to view their full list of services, check out facebook.com/noodleboymedia. The next shout out we're going to give, and Zealeus, is the website still down?
Yep, but I might have some good news.
Okay. The next shout out we got to give is to an individual who's actually at my house today to help ease some of the aches and pains from all that basketball and all that sitting in computer chairs. That, of course, is Hero Chiropractic. Hero Chiropractic is a unique healthcare practice set up by Ryan Moore. The company's focused to elevate a patient's experience of freedom, great expression, and joy. They believe that everyone could be a hero and has incredible heroic potential inside themselves waiting to be unleashed. Hero Chiropractic focuses on mobile chiropractic care in the Greater Atlanta area. They're committed to healing clients by creating a plan of action uniquely suited for each person. They make that plan of action as convenient and affordable as possible, and most importantly, suited to your individual needs. For more information, go to facebook.com/Hero Chiropractic. The next shout out we're going to give is to the music maestro himself. That, of course, is CrossPad Creative. Need a new logo or want to work on a full branding and content strategy? Or maybe you need music or audio for your content, just like Alter Confusion. CrossPad Creative offers a whole host of solutions for individuals and small businesses. Just email Josh at crosspadcreative@gmail.com and see what he can do for you. And the final shout out we're going to give is to the original backer on Patreon of Alter Confusion. That, of course, is Agile Axiom. By day, Axe leads both the development team and system administration team working with satellites at NASA's Goddard campus. But while not in meetings and many times during, he is the Agile evangelist, Agile Axe, championing the philosophy of Agile and trying to make the world a better place for software developers, testers, system admins, and software projects the world over. Decades of experience in software development and leading Agile teams are brought to bear against evil processes, inefficient work, and bad habits. For more information, go to agileaxiom.com. All right. I know at this very moment in time, ladies and gentlemen, that you are dying to know how do I become a friend of the show. Well, it's quite simple. Ladies and gentlemen, Alter Confusion survives the love and support of fans like you, and so we have a Patreon page. Patreon lets you, the fans, lovers, haters, demigods, interdimensional beings, gods, demons, aliens, werewolves, vampires, swamp creatures, mummies, supporters, and more, to become active participants in the work we love through a monthly membership. This gives you access to exclusive content, community, and insight into our creative process. In exchange, we gain a bit more freedom to do our best work and the stability we need to build an even stronger creative career. We currently have 2 tiers that you can pledge at. We have the $1 a month, that's $1 a month or $12 a year tier, what that gets you is early access to all of our playthroughs, as well as the ability to participate in Patreon-only posts. Now, if you're feeling extra frisky, you can bop that 1 to a 5. That's $5 a month or $60 a year. What you get is everything at the $1 tier, plus your name or organization added to the Friends of the Show section of every single Thursday night hangout. So, if you want to become a patron of Alter Confusion, go to Patreon, that's patreon.com/Altered Confusion today. And of course, we also need to talk about the fact that, ladies and gentlemen, Alter Confusion is proud to say that we have been fundraising for Extra Life for 15 years straight. Extra Life is gamers doing what they do best, game, to help sick and injured children at their chosen Children's Miracle Network Hospital. The money that we raise through Extra Life will go directly to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta as unrestricted funds. This means that the hospital decides where and how to spend the money to ensure the dollars we raise make the biggest impact on the lives of the kids they treat. So, if you have the capacity to donate, please go to extra-life.org and search for Altered Confusion. Now, Zealeus already dropped something in the chat, and I'm just going to shout out about it. Ladies and gentlemen, I know that some of you out there are dying to get your hands on some Alter Confusion merch. We have hats. They've got vinyl stickers, coffee cups, pet food bowls, journals, and more. All you got to do is go to alteredconfusion.tv/merch. I highly recommend that you not only get 1, but 2, because you can always use a spare. All right. Next on the agenda is a community question.
Oh.
The question, my friend, is from time to time, you will see on several different gaming platforms free games that are marked down to free for a limited amount of time. So the question that was posed was, when you see that, do you automatically get that free game, even if it's a game or a type of game that you have no idea, you've never played, maybe not all that interested in?
Well, it depends. If it's on Steam, yes. There's actually a game this week I did it too, and I honestly can't remember the name of the game. But I remember seeing like game for free. Let's see, is it in my library? I don't even know where my library would be now. Wait, there we go. Legend of Keepers. I don't know, but it sounds RPG. So I'm like, oh, free, sure, it's my library. Why not? What could go wrong? So yes, especially in Steam, if I see something is free, yeah, I'm just going to jump on it. Now, if it's other launchers, because I know like the Epic one does it too. Honestly, most likely not, because I'm at the point in my life where I'm like, screw it, I want one launcher because any more than in my brain just can't handle the complicatedness.
I'm right there with you, Zealeus. I think if it's on Steam or I'm made aware of it, even if it's something that I'm like, like free is free, man. I mean, just maybe one day, or sometime down the road, someone goes, dude, this game is freaking sick, and I'll look at my library and go, holy shit, I got it at some point. Case in point, there's 3 games that I got for free apparently this month. One's called Void of Lily. One's called Right Wars, and the final one's called 8 a.m., which I think I actually picked up today.
Nice.
But yeah, I and to kind of like piggyback off of what Zealeus was saying, when it comes to Steam, absolutely. When it comes to any other launcher, no. The only reason why I have other launchers on my computer is because sometimes you could buy the game on Steam, but it will require an additional launcher to actually launch the game. And so I'll have to,
what am I playing
sign
right
up for
now?
that bullshit. Huh?
There's a game in my queue that I've been playing. I don't remember which one it actually is that does that. I think it might actually be The Division 2. I think does that. I'm pretty sure. But I've been playing it, but like if you launch it through Steam, it's like transparent to the launcher. So in that case, I'm fine with it. Like whatever. I don't actually have to launch your other company's shitty launcher. Like to this day, I still love that when I log in, the Battle.net launcher is always like, I can't connect to your account. Would you like to log in? How many times do I actually need to log into Steam or sorry, Battle.net? And it's like all these years later, not even from like a providing, more games or content. It's just even getting the basic non-buggy, crappy functionality down, they still have somehow not figured out. It's kind of amazing, actually.
And annoying.
Yes. So yeah, now when other launchers are crappy, I'm just gonna not even want to touch them.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm trying to remember. I think it's Alan Wake 2 requires an additional launcher. I think it's EA's launcher. But once again, as I reported last week, I had to basically put everything back on my computer. So like some games that have been sitting on my desktop forever and a day are no longer there because I had to do a fresh install of everything. So this is probably the smallest playable library I've had on my computer since the first time I got this computer. I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 games on my desktop. That's it. Just 7.
I think the only other launcher I've actually used is the EA launcher. And it's only because of the Mass Effect Legendary Edition I bought originally on EA when it was not available on Steam.
Yep. Makes sense.
So that would be my one exception. Because it's such a good game.
Oh, nope. 8 games. There's one hiding from me.
I'm sure the number will go up very quickly.
Well, one of my children just moved the icon over to the other screen. So
I have a very important question for you then, sir.
Yes.
Because I've been wondering this myself. So, like, okay, your drive crashes. You now have Steam save, in theory. So, my question, like, because you play a fair number of single player games, have you seen how effective like Steam save has just been by default with keeping your single player save games?
For the most part, since I've had a pretty consistent internet connection, I haven't seen a drop off. Thankfully, because it's all synced.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It seems like your games did sync over without you really
Yes.
having to do anything. I guess is kind of my
Yes.
question.
Uh-huh.
Interesting.
Yeah. So like the when I had two games, I'll give you two examples. FTL,
Yep.
which I still play from time to time, and Slay the Spire 2, which is still in early access, but both of those games, the last time that I played, I was mid-run. And so when I reinstalled the games and I loaded them for the very first time, it allowed me to pick up mid-run.
That's pretty freaking impressive, honestly.
Yes. Totally agree.
Yeah. Because once upon a time, for ladies and gents watching the show, if you had a single player game and your computer crashed, you were SO frickin' L.
Yes. Now, if you had the other thing was, if you had a failing, let's say that your hard drive didn't crash, but it was starting to like go on the fritz.
Yeah.
There's still a very good chance that you were not going to be able to get all of the correct files that were considered save files for when you brought that game over to your new hard drive or PC.
Oh, I feel like I have like 5 different save locations on my computer. I don't know where my files are actually saved for my games. Because it's like, because Windows is dumb in how it stores things anyways. Because you have like app data, you have your home folder, you have like all these like different folders where I have game save states. I don't know.
Yeah.
What
up, Nakamoto?
What's up, Nakamoto?
Yeah, no, so yes, the Steam saves got me out of a jam. Well, I mean, not technically. I mean, FTL and Slay the Spire 2, they're both, rogue-like games.
Yeah.
So it wasn't. I guess to really test the theory, I would have to like install. Well, no, because I know for a fact, because I completely uninstalled the first Final Fantasy VII remake, and then had to reinstall it so that I could get that save file to populate, so the second Final Fantasy VII would see the original save file to then transport it over into the second game.
There you go.
So there you go. Anyways, let's move on to the next story. And this one revolves around a gentleman who you either like or dislike in the YouTuber community. A gentleman who's been around for a very long, long time, and that is Mr. Beast, is in the news. This time it's not for his Squid Game-like I think it's on Amazon Prime show, a reality show. This time it's because he is getting sued. Well, actually, his company is being sued. And the lawsuit is by a former employee who's basically stating allegations of sexual harassment and discrimination. She also cites that this company is basically a boys' club, and that she was always on the outside. To be totally honest with you, Mr. Beast has done a lot of cool things, but also when he started, he did a lot of shady shit. So for those who jumped on late in the game, they're like, oh, Mr. Beast is the best. But if you were there at the beginning, he was doing stuff that was almost jackass-ish. I think one of his, at the time, friends was permanently like, I don't know if it was disfigured, but he's, because of some stupid thing that this guy basically pressured him into, he's never going to be the same. So he is not this clean and perfect person. Is he is he as bad as the Paul boys? Probably not. Those guys are a whole different level of sleaze, in my opinion, and need to just go away forever.
I have really no opinion about this because I know pretty much nothing about Mr. Beast. I know he has a show. That's it.
His
That's
YouTube
literally all.
subscriber count is over 479 million.
Yeah, that's not the YouTube content I watch.
Gotcha.
Mine are like music videos and ARPG reviews is about it. Anything outside of that, when it comes to these multi-million-dollar, YouTubers, I know squadoosh about them. And, it's not a shade on people who watch them or enjoy them. It's just not my cup of tea or bottle of beer, as it may be.
There you go. I too don't really. I mean, when I go to YouTube, I'm trying to think, what the hell do I do on YouTube besides upload videos?
Mine is I watch a lot of live concerts because a lot of metal music you can watch on YouTube, and then there's a lot of ARPG reviewers I follow.
I think most of the time that I hit YouTube as of late, it's been just to have like, fits of nostalgia and like watch music videos from when MTV actually showed music videos.
Oh, I really like things like Cinema Sins or like Honest Trailers, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that too. I'll eat that shit up.
Shows are fun. Yeah, Honest Trailers. What's the other one? The one that George does. Is that Honest Trailers? I don't think no. Pitch meetings.
Mm-hmm.
The pitch meetings are some of the best content on YouTube.
Oh, Viva La Dirt League.
Yes.
That I also watch a shit ton of.
Yeah, they just came out with a dating show. It's very cringy and pretty funny.
Oh, super awesome.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yes, but no, I do like the Viva La Vie, like whatever it's called. The shorts are pretty freaking good, and they're so spot on. Usually, you watch like, yep, that's exactly right.
Yeah. So, anyways, Mr. Beast's company is being sued, which I feel like if there's not layoffs, then there's lawsuits out there right now. It's layoffs and lawsuits, ladies and gentlemen. That's how this world rolls.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of discrimination, maybe I don't know, but there was an upcoming movie from Pixar that has now been completely scrapped, and it's called Be-Fry, BE space FRI, and it's short for Best Friends. And apparently, it was going to be centered around two teenage girls whose friendship started to strain when they discovered their favorite TV show was real, setting them off on an adventure. Well, they decided, Disney felt that little boys couldn't see themselves in the film enough, and that they just couldn't have a girl power movie. So they scrapped it.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm like, okie dokie then.
I mean, yep, I've never heard anything about this movie, Be-Fry. If I saw that, would not be something on my list, just because the title looks like, I don't know why we're not just spelling it out, but that's just me. Yeah.
But let's talk about something maybe potentially fun. How about the fact that Blizzard is going to have some cross skins for Overwatch?
Oh, hooray.
And it will be a cross collaboration with their own company. So
with
whatever.
What game?
Diablo 4.
I mean, it makes sense. I get it. It's kind of like I was saying earlier, we're not really seeing a whole lot of inflation in video games by and large. And, this is where they make up the shortfall. You look at a skin bundle. I know in Diablo 4, because that's what I've been playing. Like, they ain't cheap.
Yeah.
I know it's always the argument of, you're paying for a AAA title, which, you could consider value for a AAA title, and you're paying, $40, $60, whatever it is. And now you're being asked to pay more. And I know it's not power creep because or pay to win, because you're just buying skins.
Yep.
But at the same time, should I just be able to get those all in game regardless, because I did pay the premium price for the game?
Right.
Yeah.
For those interested, there are going to be 5 skins. It's going to be the Mephisto Ramatra, the Druid Maugwa,
Sure.
the Rogue Freya, Paladin Bridget, and Warlock Lifeweaver.
Sure. Yeah. I stopped playing Overwatch when Overwatch 2 came out, so I've only played like half of those characters. I would think
they look cool.
The Barbarian should be oh my gosh, what's her name? Hold on. I have to Overwatch characters. I can't actually remember her in-character name. The heroes. I'm looking. Oh my god, there's so many now. Zarya. Like, to me, the Barbarian is Zarya in the game. That's just me. Or I guess Reinhardt.
So there were apparently some Diablo 4 inspired skins from 2023. So this is just, I guess, more skins.
I love skins. Hooray!
You got to make yourself look different, and then everyone else will have the same skin, so you won't look different. You'll look all the same again.
Yeah.
But just like mini games, you can't. Well,
once people love to play their games for the skins.
Yes.
And I know you mock it, but to me, it's no different than you wearing a Hawks t-shirt. You can't see the Hawks t-shirt when you're walking around, but you're wearing it. Unless you're just looking down like this the whole time, which would be really awkward. Or for that matter, a hat, because you sure as heck aren't seeing your swarm hat as you walk around.
I'm not supposed to be walking around with a mirror?
I mean, you could be very vain. You could be like, one of those evil princesses in a Disney movie who is looking at a mirror at all times, is very possible. But that would strike me as a very odd change in character, and we'd have to get you some more drugs.
Yeah.
But regardless, obviously they're putting the money into it because they know that people will buy these skins.
Yes.
It's their moneymaker for ongoing everything, and people love skins.
This is true. I mean, my son plays Brawl Stars on my phone every morning, and he gets all excited when a new skin comes out. And I'm like, ooh, okay.
Are they skins you can earn in-game, or do you have to buy them somehow?
You can earn them by collecting enough in-game currency.
Okay. There you go.
Or complete enough challenges to then have the random chance of it unlocking a skin.
Now, are they also skins that if you wanted to, you could put in money and just buy them immediately?
Yes.
Okay. I was just curious on,
Yes.
Every game does it a little bit different.
One skin, it's like $50. I'm like, there's no way on God's green earth that I would spend basically a video game, like a AAA title game's amount on a single skin that my son will be bored of in a week.
And it's crazy because most games I played, like, they all have those crazy, $40 to $50 skins.
Yes.
It's definitely a thing. And it's like, hooray! The one that gets me is like, so I play a lot of The Last Epoch, and a lot of ARPGs do the same thing, where you can buy a skin for like a single skill. So it might just be my, boomerang skill. And I've now bought a skin for that boomerang skill looks really cool, but if I'm not using that skill, I don't get to see that cool skin. Um, to me, that's a little bit cheeky. Like, at least I buy a skin for a character.
Right.
I get to see it for the character. It's a little bit different to me. But if I kind of buy it for a skill, I'm like locked into that skill almost.
Speaking of skills, something that I've learned the hard way. I hinted at the fact that I've been playing Outer World 2 lately, and not only can you have skills, but there's also something called flaws. Flaws can give you bonuses, but also will also give will give you negative stuff as well. What I didn't know is that your first playthrough, you should always ignore flaws, because they'll add, depending on how you're playing, they'll basically pop up, this flaw is now available. You can either accept it or reject it. If you're doing a lot of moving around while crouched, it'll give you a skill called bad knees. Bad knees, the flaw, will it actually allows you to move faster while in crouch. However, when you're moving into crouch, there's a better chance that enemies around you will hear you because your knees are bad.
Nice. So, I appreciate the realism. I can go for that. I can understand that. So it's cost benefit. You get a boon, but it costs you something.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, that type of extra flavor in a game is something that is a lot of fun. It's based off of your play type.
Yep.
And it gives you, like, it'll give you bonuses and negatives. Like I stupidly chose this stupid flaw that the other thing is, once you've got a flaw, you can't get rid of it.
Yep.
I now have a flaw that allows me to have one additional skill point. However, I'm only allowed to add it to the skills that are at 0 or are the next lowest number. So if I'm trying to put all my skill points into, let's say, medical, I can no longer do that, because I have to get everything up to the medical level before I can add it to medical.
That's crazy.
And so I'm sweating bullets now, because certain challenges I won't be able to do now because I screwed myself over.
It definitely sounds like flaws are for like min maxers on a replay.
Yeah.
Is what it seems like. Because exactly, like, because most games I like to play blind the first playthrough.
Yeah.
Because the normal difficulty, and obviously ignoring like Souls-like games, but most reasonable games, you can basically play any build and you're fine.
Yeah.
Which is how I like it. And then, now you're going to play NG Plus or whatever the game calls it. Now you actually have to think about your build.
Yeah.
That's totally, or look online. That I'm totally cool with.
Yeah. I'm out of topics.
So I found a new gaming addiction. It is a coworker recommended to me. I have to actually find the correct thing for it. It is, so I didn't know this. I mean, it's probably been said, but I always just kind of ignored it. But Netflix has their gaming app.
Okay.
What I like, and you have to try this, because what they actually have, which is kind of cool, is they have a bunch of puzzle games. So it's like the New York Times puzzle games, but if you already have a Netflix subscription, it's free. Yep. So there's a game called Starstruck.
Okay.
It's literally if Pips from New York Times and Sudoku had a baby.
Okay.
Highly recommend it. So it's like my new addiction is, the Netflix gaming app, because it has all these built-in puzzle games. It has Sudoku. It has the classics on there too. But because it's, you're paying it's one of the few things in life that don't actually have an advertisement that you have to do for games once you're in there on your phone.
Crunchyroll has the same thing.
I think you have to get the premium tier to get the games, though. I'm not on the gaming tier for Crunchyroll.
See, I think I'm on the premium tier, because I think I get the games, but I also get the manga, which is awesome.
So I don't have that tier, but with Netflix, Well, I have the non-advertising version of Netflix.
Yes.
So I don't know if like the other tiers get it, but regardless, I know whatever I have. My buddy was like, try this out. I'm like, okay. And yeah, it's my new thing. Yeah. Especially like during a lunch brain break to just, pop in a couple of quick Sudoku like puzzles to keep the brain turning. So if you're into puzzle games, like those kind of like, word puzzle games, definitely recommend checking out the Netflix, and then Starstruck is worth looking at.
Right on.
Which I would have never looked for on my own if it were not recommended.
There you go.
What have you been playing, Sue?
What have I been playing? Well, besides The Outer World 2 and Donkey Kong Bonanza, I was playing. I still play Slay the Spire 2.
Nice.
And then I play the same 2 games on my cell phone every single day because I like to keep my streak alive. One is something called Cody Cross, which is kind of there's the daily challenge is a Wordle and 2 crossword puzzles. And then the other game that I play every single day, and this thing just, I don't know why why I'm still doing it, but it's a nonogram game. So, it's basically, you get like for example, a 10 by 10 grid, and it tells you there's 10, and then you could fill in all those 10 squares. And then the next one might be like a 6. Then there's 6 in a row of those to make you basically a dot matrix or pixel picture. But that thing has so many
with your doodling brain, it sounds kind of perfect.
Huh?
With your doodling brain, it sounds pretty perfect, actually.
Yes. The only problem is that it has ads, and the ads are so freaking random sometimes. It'll be like you get like let's say there's a 15 by 15 grid, and you're doing it, and then all of a sudden you kind of know it's coming, because all of a sudden, if you get a bunch of it right without making any mistake, you'll see like a little message pop up, "Nice job," and then you're like, "Well, fuck, here comes the ad."
Now,
which, of course, as soon as it pops up, you can immediately exit out, so you don't have to watch it.
Yeah, because some of you can force quit the app, go back in, and basically skip the ad that way.
But I'm like, this is so stupid. Why? I mean, I understand, but at the same time, I'm just like, all right, where's the X going to be? Boop. Okay, now back to making my picture.
Yep, I get that.
Yeah. So, but anywho, okay, real quick, we said this at the beginning of the show. We'll say it again now. Next Thursday, our show will be slightly later because I have a basketball game at 7:00. But then we will do it right afterwards. But other than that, I believe we have reached the end of our show. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank everyone for tuning into the Alter Confusion Thursday Night Hangout. For myself, Charlie, and Zealeus, it's been a pleasure getting ready to come our heads, our mouths, and, of course, our hearts. We'll be back next Thursday for another Alter Confusion Thursday Night Hangout.
Remember, kids, keep on gaming in the free world.
Amen to that, brother. Alrighty, we are done with our recording.
Did you record it all? Is it all halfway recorded? It's not like in the past where you forget to record every other video.
No, I'm really good at recording the videos. The only problem is that my sons have started trying to record videos, but then they forget to stop the recording.
Yeah.
And that, my friends, is a pain in the ass.
Yes. That I could see not ending well potentially.
Because, fun fact, it will keep going, and it will eat up a lot of space.
Yes. Computer programs will operate until you tell them otherwise, or it's eating all of your RAM, like a Pac-Man.
Or Or if you are sadistic as fuck, you can write a script that basically makes the system ignore the warning signs of when you're running out of disk space.
That sounds like a great idea.
I've only seen it happen, or I've only seen it in the wild once, and it was on a really, really old computer, and it was just to basically demonstrate that it could be done.
Proof of concept can be fun.
I'm like, holy shitballs, that is dangerous as hell.
What could possibly go wrong?
Oh, it was bad, because the way that it was written, it started overwriting. When it ran out of space, it just started writing over other stuff that wasn't that file.
There's a reason why I got my last, well, I guess now my most current, depending on your version of English, drive. I got the 4 terabyte gaming drive because I was tired of playing frickin' game Tetris.
It's always fun. Yes, I too, since I had to buy a brand new hard drive, new SSD, upgraded from, let's see if I can read the damn thing with my deteriorating eyesight here.
Get out your magnifying. Actually, do what I do sometimes. Take a picture and then blow it up with the camera. I have to do that with the fucking manga. What is it? Oh, what's the one that was? Oh my gosh, it's 2 seasons on Crunchyroll. Solo Leveling.
Mm-hmm.
I have to do that, especially like when it gets to items in the manga. Like I can't read the font, so I have to take a picture of the manga and then like blow up on my phone so I can actually read the text.
Yeah.
I guess what is one advantage of reading like comics and manga on like an iPad or a tablet is you can just do it yourself without having to be all awkward.
Well, you just double tap on it. You can double tap on it, and then it will it will be single cell instead of the entire page.
So yeah, I kind of get it. Yeah, there's something about fresh paper, but there is also very much a convenience factor of digital.
Yes.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, the amount of manga that I have read since I found out that I have access to Crunchyroll's manga digital library, I would be very poor right now. Let's just put it that way.
Interesting. That's a fair point. I never thought of it that way, actually, because manga can get very expensive very quickly because it doesn't necessarily take long to go through them.
No, when I get into a groove, I could fly through manga.
Interesting. I'll have to remember that, actually.
Because there was one that I've read. I don't know how they break it down, like versus the book and the digital, but I went through 80 chapters in like a heartbeat of one series.
And that would have been like $10 a pop probably to buy otherwise.
I would assume that there's probably looking at bare minimum 20 books worth.
Yeah.
So at $12 a pop, 20 times 12, whatever that is, $240.
Very expensive, very quickly. Yeah.
$240.
Yeah. And I was assuming they're also like in stock and available when you want them.
That's true.
They definitely go
in and out. It makes a hell
out.
of a difference.
Yeah.
And I really wish that a lot of the I wish that some of the older manga was still had a digital catalog so I could read some of like the classics, because when my basement flooded, I lost a bunch of manga that's irreplaceable because that damn shit has been out of print for 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
So, anywho, all right, I'm going to end this stream. I'll talk to Zealeus offline, but everyone have a good and safe rest of the evening. Peace.